with the home side of head coach Terry Boss.
2 changes from the group that tied Monterey Bay 0-0 over the past weekend. Adedokun at number 71 slots into that left back.
For Ryan Martin, they've been good through and through.
Absolutely, and there's 4 changes from the group that beat Pittsburgh 2-1 over the weekend. Look at number 32, Tubbs. He is straight off of a transfer from DC to slot in tonight. Look for him to make an impact in this game. Santos comes in at left back. But Zach Ryan's on the bench tonight. Look for Bidois to come into that forward spot to hold down that spot, and Neiman slots into that midfield. But again, this team is humming, so look for these changes. But the team is so well gelled right now that these changes aren't going to matter much in terms of how they're going to play tonight.
Yeah, it's interesting in chatting with the coaches ahead of this tournament. Would some of them take it like a regular season approach? Would some of it take it like a U.S. Open Cup approach where they do rotate the lineup a bit? This is full-on regular season caliber starting 11 for both, so sit back and enjoy this one. Alyssa Nichols in the red, the referee to send us on our way. Lexington right to left in the black, Loudoun left to right in the white, and we are underway from Lexington, Kentucky in the 2025. Basically, just go out there, spread out, and have fun. And it produced an 8-goal game. It was a classic, just end-to-end action because they knew they just needed to get their goal tally up. Goldthorp centering it now. There's maybe the first one, no, just wide.
Space in behind, has all day long, takes that positive first touch, picks his head up, and plays an absolute brilliant ball in here to Firmino. And Firmino, you need to redirect that on goal if you're a forward of his ability, and he knows it as well. You're not going to get many better opportunities than that. Firmino finds himself. It's just being comfortable in that environment and being comfortable playing at this level.
4 goals in 22. Injury cost him 23. 5 goals last year, Abukora. Santos' corner. Almost found Valot before it gets to Leggett. It's taken away. Sent back in over the top. Glanced down, back post. Save made by Ketterer. Still loose now for Tubbs. Bouncing around. Volleyed back at goal. Will be the right-footed option. Pedro Santos, the left-footed in-swinger. It's Abukora curling it, out-swinger. Still loose. Leggett slips on the wet surface. Now bomb back in, deflected. Oh, saved by Ketterer! That's why you do those drills where you put that thing in front of the goal and it takes that weird ricochet. You stick out the right paw. You're smiling. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know if it has a name. You will, of course.
I was trying to think of the name as you were saying it, but that thing in front of the goal sounds like the right thing. And that is an absolute, again, Ketterer is up to the task here in the first 23 minutes. That ball takes a wicked deflection, and we have some good back and forth action here.
Now Adedokun opens it up. Adedokun, lone yellow card on the field. Get it back into play. Give it away by Burke. Trying to turn it into something quickly. Loudoun between Bidois and Abukora. Again, it's alive for Valot and saved by Ketterer right into his midsection. Still just 21 years of age, a lot of untapped potential. Some of it for such a young player has just been not having consistent playing time. Constantly on that bus up and down. Bidois curling it, not enough. Possession right down the middle. Nothing separating these teams on the scoreboard. Very even first half of play as the whistle goes to end the first 45. 0-0 between Lexington and Loudoun.
You're talking about the tactics of how to handle a tournament that's set up this way.
I think we're going to find a lot more teams just go for it and try to shirk penalties. And you know what? If we lose 2-1 instead of going to the shootout, so be it. I think you're going to see teams. Jafal. Epps. Looking for Burke. Header save made! Loose in front and gathered by Farouk.
Action, and he's up to the task, and we just talked about it. Epps has been putting dangerous balls into the box. Burke makes that run far post, clears the space for Goldthorp, but Farouk is up to the task. Look at this ball in from Epps. It's in a perfect spot. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. He tries to come off of his line. He's not going to get there.
We are just really getting started and scratching the surface here on this opening full Saturday of Jägermeister Cup. 3 other matches now underway, including ours. Epps squares it back. Firmino! Every time he's at the center of it for Lexington. That, though, is third in his head.
I mean, they do everything right on this play. Firmino does a great job of taking that space, and this is the perfect ball from Epps. He picks his head up, realizes that Firmino has nothing but real estate in front of him with that Loudoun back line dropping off, and that just has to be put on target. I don't want to hammer the player, but these are opportunities that you don't get daily. He's had
well-weighted ball. Headed across frame, but Ketterer has it. Burke has space. Burke goes for goal right at Hugo Farou. The selfless things, the hard-working, sacrificial things for a striker so far this season. The goals haven't come for him yet. Double-digit goal scorer the last 2 years. Santos goes for a goal here. It's sliced near post. Fooled Ketterer. Out for a goal kick.
It would have been interesting to see what Ketterer would have been forced into in this one. It looked like he was creeping a little bit, thinking there was going to be a cross here. Santos decides, picks his head up. He was looking towards that far post like he wanted to cross it. But that threw off Ketterer a little bit. If that ball was hit a little bit lower, it would have forced him into a difficult save. But fortunately for the goalkeeper from Lexington, it sails over the crossbar.
Now Valot's gone down with what looks like another cramp here for Loudoun. And he will come off. It's an interesting one if it's just a cramp for Valot or if he's completely at the end of his rope. He's somebody you would have maybe pegged to take a penalty if we get to a shootout in 3 minutes, but he looks completely devoid of any energy after that cramp walking to the bench.
Can't be much time left in this one.
Well, we've been saying that for about a minute and a half now, so maybe more time than we thought. Santos. He's brought down. Free kick for Loudoun. Almost 3 full minutes beyond the 3 given now.
There hasn't been that much time, and there hasn't been many stoppages during the stoppage time either.
This feels like Qatar 2022 additional time. If you know, you know. Abukora serves it up. The header! Loudoun steals all 3 points at the death. It's Erlandson, the substitute.
I am speechless here in the box. It's a great ball in, and it's the substitute. He just came on, able to redirect it to the far post, get that flick. And Erlandson does a phenomenal job of rising up between the 2 Lexington center backs. We talked about the additional stoppage time that was added on by the referee, and this has to be the last kick of the game. It's a ball floated into the box, and if you're Lexington, to let this player rise up in between.
Cleared away. Finally, the final whistle goes on the brink of a shootout that seemed to be inevitable. Well, not quite.